In this video, I will be sharing the theme for the month of December. I'm going to let you know about intuitive insights that are coming up about the energy December brings. I'll also be telling you about the astrology dates and essential insights into their energy and their meaning and what you can do to benefit from these dates. And I have angel cards for the month and their central guidance for the month ahead. And at the end, I'll also be sharing how you can meet your guardian angel. So for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Sandra Ray. I'm an author, healer, and spiritual teacher, and I'm so glad you are here. So we're going to get started. Let's go into the theme for the month. So when I was tuning in to December, the theme that was coming up, really the central theme, is what are you searching for? What are you searching for? And just to explain this a little bit, as we're moving into the new year, the energy that December brings, it's going to really give us the opportunity to introspect, to go within and to gain insights into our direction, our motives, our goals. And we'll have that opportunity during the month. The energy is going to support that. And we'll be asking ourselves, what am I searching for? What are you really searching for? And when you begin to ask this question, and when you are brutally honest with yourself, you'll notice that it's not the physical things. It's not even the emotional or the intangible wants. When you ask yourself, what am I searching for? When you really sit with this, and when you're completely honest with yourself, you'll begin to find that what you are searching for is yourself. And I don't want to give away too much here because I want you to tune into your truth, but it really is that nothing that exists outside of you can quench that thirst to find or to recover what's already within you. And that search, that longing to go within, it leads you on a journey, on a pathway that is profound, beautiful, sometimes difficult, but ultimately so rewarding. So it's this great game of hide and seek that we're playing. We're searching, we're searching, we're searching. We're traveling the world. We are doing different things, achieving different things. And really, the search begins and it ends with you. And it's not to say that you have to give up on whatever it is you're doing, your goals, your desires. It's not to say that you have to just stop everything. Really, whatever it is that you're currently doing ultimately will lead you back to yourself. It may be a long, winding path, but do what you're doing in the knowingness that external activities, while they may be fun, while they may be exciting or dramatic or whatever it is you're experiencing, they are not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to go within. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give away too much, but if you dare to sit with that and to really ask yourself, what am I really searching for? Then it'll open up new doorways and you'll find that you really begin to experience life on new levels. So yeah, going within in December is going to be really crucial, especially for the coming year, 2023, and the energy that's coming in. But I'll talk more about that in the January update that will be coming next month. If you're not subscribed, to get that update, subscribe and make sure that you're getting notifications. So let's talk about the astrology dates that are coming up. So we have on the 7th and 8th of December, the full moon in Gemini. I'll go into all of these in details. We have the 12-12 gateway on the 12th. We have the Capricorn season beginning and the solstice on the 21st. On the 23rd, we have the super new moon in Capricorn. And on the 29th, we have Mercury retrograde. So let's look at what these mean. So the full moon in Gemini at the start of the year, falling on the 7th or the 8th, depending where you live, it's the last full moon of the year. And full moons are an opportunity for healing, for release. And as it's falling in the sign of Gemini, Gemini represents the twins. So we have this dual aspect, this duality, the light and the dark. We have the tangible and the intangible, the ephemeral and the permanent. So When we have these aspects of seeming duality, we might find that the light and the dark are coming up in our own lives. But we also have to ask, well, is it really true? Is it true that we can have both the light and the dark? Are they really separate? Can you have one without the other? Or are they just continuations on a spectrum? And when you look at it from that aspect, it's not that they're different. It's not that light is different from darkness. They're just continuations on a spectrum. So this full moon will shine a light on the aspects of ourselves that are seeking to be brought into the light, into balance, and to be accepted and loved and reintegrated and brought back into wholeness. So a really powerful full moon and an opportunity to rebalance and, as I said, to come back into wholeness. So if you take a pause on that date to sit, to meditate, to connect with that energy, you'll find beautiful things opening up for you. And then we have the 12-12 gateway on the 12th. So the 12th day of the 12th month brings the numbers 1, 2, 1, 2, and these numbers are repeated. So 1 is the number of intuition and 2 is the number of balance. And then when we bring them together, we have 3, which is the number for support. So this day is a reminder to call on your angels and guides for support. Again, that theme of balance coming back in, and also intuition. So an opportunity to tap into your intuition, to speak with your angels and guides, to really lean on the internal guidance that is coming through you. And if you want to meet your guardian angel, to communicate with your guardian angel, I have a free video that you can access if you go to the show notes or even the linked the comments below. I'll leave a link there so you can access that. So the 21st is when Capricorn season begins, and it's also the solstice. So a really beautiful time of the year. I'll explain about the solstice in a minute. First, I want to touch on Capricorn season. So Capricorn is all about the energy of structure, of leadership. It's also an earth energy. So it's an opportunity to bring balance. As I said before, we were talking about the light and the dark. So we can bring balance between the ethereal and the practical. So Capricorn are very practical, and we can ground that energy and allow ourselves to bring that more into balance. And it's also about setting boundaries. Capricorn can be great for being in their own energy, for setting boundaries. And if that's something that's a weakness for you, you can lean on that energy during Capricorn season. So yeah, Capricorn season is all about confidence, about balance, about stepping into a leadership role in your own life, becoming the own leader or expediter of your desires, and really being confident in that aspect of your nature and allowing yourself to lead through your heart, of course, always heart-centered, and to follow your inner guidance and to lead through love. So the solstice, as I said, is a turning point. The solstice in the Northern Hemisphere is the shortest day of the year, which we're experiencing. Obviously, it's the opposite in the Southern Hemisphere, the longest day. So it really is that turning point. It's that time for reflection, for meditation, for spiritual connection. It's that kind of a day out of time where we really have this pause before we go into the new phase of the days becoming lighter in the Northern Hemisphere, or the opposite, the days becoming shorter in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's that pause before we enter into that new phase. And the solstice energy brings that chance for balance, for alignment, for rebirth. And yeah, it's a great time to journal, to gain insights into your life, to dream up something new, and to really just expand in new ways. You may have heightened sensitivity. You may find that you have heightened awareness or intuition, and you may receive psychic downloads. So again, if you feel drawn to just taking a pause on the 21st to go within, meditate, journal. I always find that when I write down what's coming through, amazing insights come up. And they're always something that you can go back to when you've written them down. You can go back to and read. I always find that if you have a journal for your channelings or your meditations, and you can flick through at any stage, and often advice will come out of the page that you really need maybe a month or 2 months down the line. But when it came through in the moment, it wasn't something that you maybe understood. But when you go back to it, it makes perfect sense. So I highly recommend having a meditation journal or a channeling journal where you can write down those insights that are coming through, particularly on these dates of the solstice, where the energy is really heightened and it's easier to tune in. And then we have the super new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd. So again, this is the last new moon of the year. So it's really, the new moon is about setting intentions. It's about the coming phase. The new moon is the dark moon in the sky. So it's rebirthing itself over the coming days and weeks. And again, it's really about setting intentions for the rest of the month, but also for the new year, for what's to come in 2023. So on the 23rd, sitting down, sitting with your intentions for what is to come. And yeah, it's a really great opportunity also to work with Nadiel, who is the ruler of Capricorn. And Nadiel helps with major life changes. So as I said, with the solstice, with that turning point, with this new moon, that opportunity to reset, you may have those life changes, which maybe you've been contemplating for a while. Maybe it's something that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't taken action towards. And with the coming new year, maybe you're really feeling that it's now your time to make those changes. So Nadiel brings opportunity for change and growth. And Nadiel also works with Ariel to help us attain our heart's desires. So really powerful new moon in the sign of Capricorn, and really potent time to set intentions for the new year and to work with Nadiel to help you to attain heart's desires. So I hope you will take some time out to do that on the 23rd. And then the end of the month on the 29th, we have Mercury retrograde. So the year will be closing out with Mercury moving into retrograde. So it may seem as if things are slowing down, especially communication-wise. But also, I always say Mercury retrograde is a huge opportunity for introspection, to go within. So it may be on the outside that external communication is hampered, or it seems as if it's hampered with Mercury retrograde going backwards, but going within, turning the focus inside to that internal communication, your internal guidance. And if you really just sit with that guidance, you'll find that so much comes through. So maybe you're not picking up the phone to talk something out with a friend. Maybe you're talking it out with your angels. Maybe you're just sitting with it and reflecting on it and allowing for that internal guidance to come through. And if you want to use this time to connect with your angels and guides, as I said, click on the link in the description and also in the pinned comments for a video on how to connect with your guardian angel. So angel cards for the month. I selected cards from this pack, the Heart and Soul angel cards, and the cards that came up are really interesting. So firstly, we have this card, which is Arad, Guardian Angel of Self-Belief. And this is the card of belief in the divine self and future. And the guidance that Arad offers is the strength to help you really believe in yourself and to achieve your heart's desires. So if you are working with this card, remember what I was talking about when I was saying Nadiel can help with achieving heart's desires. You may also be guided to call on Arad. And if you're working with the two in harmony, it will really supercharge that intention to work with heart desires and to achieve heart desires. So you can work with this card during the solstice, work with Arad during the solstice, and also on those other dates I mentioned, around the full moon and new moon, would be a really potent time to work with Arad as well. And if you are working with Arad, be prepared for huge change, and also set the intention that the change is for your highest good and in perfect divine timing. So the next card that came up is the Feathered Dragon of Alchemy and Revelation. I love this card. This is the card of alchemy leading to unity consciousness. And this is the primeval creature of alchemy and offers you self-transformation arising out of grounding and balance. So you may have noticed that one of the key themes coming up this month is balance. And we'll have that lovely Capricorn earth energy for grounding. So you can also call on the Feathered Dragon of Alchemy and Revelation for that grounding and balance. And you can work with the Feathered Dragon of Alchemy to reveal your heart's desires also. So again, we have this third being of light who will help you to work with heart's desires. And I think this is so powerful because we're really being guided to, for the coming year, for the end of this month, to start setting intentions, working with these angels, setting our positive, clear intentions, and then for the coming year to really step into our heart's desires. So if you feel called to, you can call on the Feathered Dragon of Alchemy and Revelation. And again, a beautiful being to work with on the solstice for those revelations, those insights into what's to come for you and revelations that you may be tapping into. And the final card for the month. So this is Rochelle, Guardian Angel of Divine Self. So this is the card of climbing the lost light stairway to the stars. So Rochelle advises you have a richness of soul that you have not fully understood until now, though others may perceive it. Love is the key to realization of this divine self, and this is the moment when what was lost within you is found. So really beautiful. You can work with Rochelle to tap into the divine self through the energy of love and to really rekindle that. And if you remember what I was talking about the theme for the month, when we started out, I was saying that the theme for the month is, what are you searching for? So I think Rochelle will help you to find the answer to that. And it may not come in one meditation, it may not come in 1 week or 1 month. And it may be that those insights on that stepping into divine self comes over the course of the days and the weeks to come. It may be in one moment, it may not, but being open to working with Rochelle in whatever way Rochelle wishes to work with you, and to do it in a way that is divinely aligned. So again, it all comes back to divine timing, but I really think that if you're working with Rochelle, you can start really just beginning to answer that question, what are you searching for? And ultimately, that answer is ever evolving, and you will find new aspects of yourself. You will find new parts of you opening up. You may think you've found what you're looking for within you, and then another aspect will blossom, will come forward. And that's the beauty of the journey. It's ever evolving. So as I said, a really powerful time to go within during December, asking those key questions, working with the angels, and remember to go and get the video I mentioned earlier to meet your guardian angel. It's in the pinned comments and in the show notes below. Thank you so much. I will see you for our next video, and remember to subscribe so that you can get the annual guidance for January and for 2023 and what's to come then. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.